Our cover story tonight is from the killing fields of Karachi. Our cover story tonight comes from Pakistan, its biggest city and commercial capital, and also Pakistan's capital of crime and sectarial violence. A city that is infamous for being a breeding ground for terror outfits. What if I tell you tonight that even terrorists are no longer safe in this terror sanctuary? Let me explain what I'm talking about. A mystery killing of an LET operative. His name was Mohlana Rahman. He was a cleric in Karachi's prominent Gulistan-e-Johar neighborhood. But that was just a cover. His more important vocation was as a leader of Lashkar-e-Toiba, the terrorist organization behind the horrific attacks on Mumbai in 2008 and innumerable other acts of brutal terrorism. Ziaur Rahman was also involved in some extra religious gigs, like radicalizing Karachi's youth into picking up arms against India. On the 12th of September, he was shot dead, killed by two bike-borne assailants. Who was behind this killing? Initially, the Karachi police suspected an internal gang rivalry as a possible cause for the murder, but as days went by, this theory was junked due to a complete lack of evidence. It's been 17 days and this killing is starting to spook Pakistan's security apparatus. It has even sent the country's rogue spy agency, the ISI, into a frenzy. Because the ISI also can't seem to figure out who exactly orchestrated this killing. A homegrown terror group, perhaps? Or was this man targeted by those who he had targeted? Those, perhaps, outside Pakistan who sought justice and knew that this was the only way he would pay for a life of terrorism. Pakistan's ISI, which has sponsored terrorism as its main preoccupation, is breaking its head in an effort to find clues. Some within the ISI are linking this killing to India, even if they can't attribute it to India's intel agencies. So on what basis are they blaming India? On the basis of similar killings in recent days, the ISI suspects that there's a pattern behind these killings. You see, on the 10th of September, another Lashkar operative was killed in POK. His name was Muhamad Ryaz, alias Abu Qasim Kashmiri. He was the main conspirator behind the Dhangri terror attack in India. He was shot dead inside a mosque in Rawalkot. This is just a few miles away from India's Poonch sector. The identities of the killers remain unknown to this day. And 5 days before this, on the 5th of September, one more Lashkar operative was gunned down. His name was Mohlana Hafiz Kari Khurram Shehzad. He too was killed by unknown bike-borne assailants. The identities of those killers also remain unknown. Let's rewind a bit more. In May, another ISI operative was killed. His name was Paramjeet Singh Panwar. He was the chief of the Khalistan Commando Force. He was wanted in India for terrorism. He was killed by an unidentified gunman when he was also out for a stroll, a morning walk, near his residence in Lahore. The identities of the killers also remain unknown. On the 26th of February this year, former commander of Pakistan-based terror outfit Al-Badr was killed. Strikingly, he was also shot outside his residence in Karachi's Gulistan-e-Johar area. The identities of those killers also remain unknown. And 6 days before this, on the 20th of February, Imtiaz Alam, alias Bashid Ahmed Peer, was also shot dead. He was one of India's most wanted terrorists. He was killed in a similar circumstance in Rawalpindi. The identities of those killers remain unknown. Do you see the pattern? On the 1st of March, a Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorist who hijacked an Indian Airlines flight was killed in Karachi. He was shot twice from point-blank range. The identities of the killers remain unknown. So let's round up now. You have the Khalistanis. You have Islamic extremists. They're all biting the dust in Pakistan, getting killed in their own playing field. What explains this? Are Pakistani terrorists now at war with themselves? Are these killings the result of some inter-gang rivalries? Well, whatever be the case, one thing is clear: these killings are not happening out of the blue. There certainly has been a trigger that has resulted in these cases, Now, what that trigger is, we leave it up to Pakistan to figure out.
WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.